Paul Hawken wrote a book that focused on starting a business. One chapter focused on the inception and vetting of new ideas. He said, if you run your idea past your friends and family, and everyone agrees it's a great idea, you're probably too late. If, on the other hand, people look at you askance at you, shaking and scratching their heads, Hawkins says you might be on to something. So it was over 30 years ago, I proudly walked my father down to my garden, where I had a 3-foot by 30-foot planting of rice. He looked at the garden, he looked back at me incredulously and said, "Can't you just buy this down the street, the supermarket?" It was the first of many good omens. And roughly 30 years later, thanks to my wife's competitive nature, we had land to conduct a New Jersey rice production experiment. It is, as far as I know, the first time ever commercially grown rice in this part of the continent has been grown. There was, however, a historical precedent to what we have done. We are walking in the footsteps of Thomas Jefferson, who was sourcing and distributing different varieties of rice that could be grown dryland style. His motivation was the realization that somehow the flooded fields or paddy style of growing rice was causing people to become sickened with malaria. Toward the end of his life, he remarked that one of his best contributions to his fellow countrymen was his discovery of red rice that could be grown not commercially but by householders. So this is very much an experiment. We're still kind of working out the details in growing rice. Each year we learn a bit more. One of the wonderful things about growing dryland rice is, I don't know, for those of you who read the New York Times, their last article was the trouble with rice was the title of the article, and it dealt with how these Texas growers were trying to reduce their arsenic levels in their rice by draining their paddies. The paddy style of growing has the propensity for really increasing the accumulation of arsenic in the plant. Unfortunately, as they drained their paddy, their arsenic levels, they didn't really talk about in the article what happened with their arsenic levels. My expectation is they dropped. But then the cadmium levels shot up, and too high cadmium causes brittle bones. So, but dryland style of growing, more aerobic style of growing of rice, has none of these problems. It's much more labor intensive, and so our rice right now is much more expensive. But there's the wonderful added benefit of producing rice right here. We can husk it for you every week. Probably we'll be doing it twice a week, and so it will be very fresh. The other aspect of rice is it tends to, through oxidative exposure, it goes rancid. And my experience has been it goes rancid kind of quickly. So when you smell our rice, it has a wonderful bouquet, or it doesn't smell like anything at all, and that's a good thing. So we're very pleased to be able to produce this for you. We hope to be we're investing further in it. We hope to be improving our growing technique as things move forward. And again, you're all supporting us in doing this, and I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you.